Hello and welcome. LT Volk here with another episode of the Baldur's Gate 3 Honor Mode playthrough. In the previous episode, we ended up clearing out the Withers' tomb for some gear and experience. Withers also made his way to our camp, and we fought a bugbear assassin at the grove and some goblins that were trying to infiltrate the grove. Anyways, our next step's gonna be recruiting Karlach, for real now. But, that's what I love about Baldur's Gate 3. You have a quest that you kinda set on doing, or something you're trying to do, and then you get sidetracked by something more interesting, or you just decide to change it up, and, 2 hours later is when you actually get to your original quest. That's how Baldur's Gate 1 and 2 were, so it's a really nice touch. Anyways, Wyll here is gonna be, needs to be leveled up. We're gonna take him to see Karlach. So he's getting some spells and Eldritch Invocations. For the spells, Hex is pretty good because he can keep reusing it with one spell slot. And for Eldritch Invocation, Agonizing Blast, which adds the Charisma modifier to the damage, and Repelling Blast, which can push the enemy away, are pretty good. So that's what we're gonna take. And let's see, for his level 3, he gains improved Warlock spells. So he's also gonna take the Cloud of Daggers because that's just a really useful spell. And he's gonna be a Pact of the Tome because I want him as a caster. So the first time you pick it up, you gain all of these cantrips, and later on you gain spells like Haste or so on and so forth as bonus spells. Alright, I think we're ready.
At least things have stayed interesting.
Probably should have rearranged his toolbar off screen, but we should be alright. He'll just gonna be mostly using the Eldritch Blast anyways. Okay, let's leave the camp here.
One day I'll catch a break.
Oh yeah, we talked to Scratch and told him to come and find us if his master doesn't wake up. So, heading over to find Karlach.
Have you wondered what people will say, Will, when they find out the monster hunter is becoming a monster?
I've faced countless perils and conquered them all. This will be no different.
Alright, Wyll there.
Soft spot for the confident ones. They always disappoint there.
Wyll kinda got stuck
Very well.
in the water. Sometimes you have to take control of them and manually have them jump over some gaps or something like that. It happens. Alright, there we go. Karlach.
The Blade of Frontiers, hmm? Do you always need to be the center of attention?
Anything but. I don't fight to be flattered, Lae'zel. I fight to save lives.
Alright, good talk there.
I have something to ask.
One horn. The stink of Avernus. Advocatus Diaboli.
Well, I'll be God's damned. The Blade of Frontiers. Thought I'd shaken you for good. That'll teach me to underestimate you.
You're the devil we've been hunting. Karlach, right?
Bloody right. An honor to be chased by the Blade of Frontiers, but I...
A great heat roars through you. Her heat, fiery as the hells. Then you're lost in visions of demonic armies as you tear through a landscape of fire and blood, the Blood War. You saw it from above as the Nautiloid passed through Avernus. This woman was on the front line.
What was that?
Evidence. Proof that you're a devil. A gladiator in the archdevil Zariel's army.
I can explain, but it's a whole situation. If you just hear me out...
Another vision. Karlach's blade raised, slicing through devils, Zariel's servants, as her eyes dart around, seeking escape. Her rage and desperation seep into you. She's a victim of the Blood War, not an agent of it.
She's trying to trick us. Don't believe her lies.
You saw the truth. I never wanted to serve Zariel. I was enlisted in her army against my will. Forced to fight, and fight I did. When I saw an opportunity to get away, I took it. Finally home. Or near it, anyway.
You served her. That's enough to damn you.
Stand down, Wyll. You saw what I saw.
You don't know what you're saying. You're asking me to trust a devil.
You saw her thoughts. She poses no danger to the Sword's Coast.
You know monsters, right? Better than anyone. Look into my eyes. Can't you see I'm not what you think?
Shit. You really are no devil, are you? I've been deceived.
Oh, thank the gods. Thought I was gonna have to take your head.
You would have died in the attempt. But there have been enough threats today.
Truce then, eh?
Aye. Truce.
I'm Karlach, but you already knew that. And you are...
I'm Volk.
Well met, soldier. Nice to meet a friendly around here. It's been tough going so far. I may not be a devil, but I can put the Blade's reputation to work. How would you feel about helping me kill some evil bastards? Little background, if your moral compass needs something to point at. You already know I fought in the Blood War. I was good. Really good. Turns out, I've got a knack for killing demons. That made me a valuable asset. Zariel, the archdevil herself, made me as her personal attack dog. I played along until I could get the fuck out of there. But devils don't like to lose their assets. Zariel liked it so little. She sent a bunch of goons, so-called Paladins of Tyr, to take me back. Problem is, I'm not going.
Let's send them back where they came from.
Fuck yes! They cornered me outside the toll house just up the hill. Doubt they've gone far after the scorching I gave them. Then we can work on evicting this parasite and take Faerun by the short hairs. Sound good?
I like her. She looks like she could throw me over her shoulder and carry me to safety, should the need arise.
Alright, Shadowheart. Sounds like a great plan.
I'd hug you if it wouldn't scorch your skin off. Hang on though. Looks like you've got enough backup at your side. Not sure there's room for me. I'll catch up with you when it's time to camp for now. But don't get to any of the fun stuff without me. Got it?
Sure thing. Alright, well, you've got something to say, apparently.
You've been witness to a pantomime, I'm sorry to say. And I've played my part all too poorly.
Someone set you on Karlach's tail. I'd like to know who.
I can say only this. Karlach's not the only one who's had a villain's knife held to their throats.
What manner of hero is so shrouded in secrets?
I have never called myself hero, but I am bound to an oath. One night soon when we make camp, the veil will be lifted, and I'll pay my penance.
Penance? Should I be worried?
You're not in any danger, I promise. I can't say the same about me.
Alright. And I think I can talk some more to Wyll here, so I'm gonna do that. Get some more information about what he's about.
Well met.
Tell me, Wyll, how did you come to be the Blade of Frontiers?
My father once said, one does not pursue a champion's life. One merely answers its call. So it was for me. I was hunting near the Cloakwood when I heard it. A child crying out from a lone farmstead. I found him in the fields, flanked by goblins. His mother's corpse bled into the soil next to him. I don't remember much of the battle, but I remember drying the boy's tears after.
What act could be finer than saving your life? You must have felt proud.
Proud? No. Angry. Angry at the monsters preying on innocents. Angry at the so-called good gods for tolerating the cruelty of the evil. Angry at myself that it took so long for me to see the coast suffering. The frontiers demanded a blade. And so I heeded.
And before that?
Baldur's Gate, born and raised. The only son of a single father. He wanted one life for me. I chose another. We haven't spoken since I left the city. A classic drama. A staunch father and his rebellious son. Better heard from the bard's lips than mine. A most vicious one, in fact. It's made from pure bloodstone, carved from the Galena Mountains just north of the Moonsea. A reminder that sometimes blood must be shed and sacrifices must be made. But that story is reserved for lifetime friends and calmer days.
Alright, so there was a little bit of a bug there where it was just continue, but really what it was is option number 1 where you ask him about his stone eye. Alright, let's talk about something else.
By all means.
I don't suppose you've come across an expert healer in your travels?
I've come to know a fair few village clerics, but none with the skill to pull these worms from our heads. From what I understand, there's a healer called Nettie in the Grove. Perhaps she's got the talent. We should pay her a visit.
Alright. That's enough of the information. So I think now we're gonna try and
Wonder what it opens.
fight those Paladins of Tyr. It's a little bit risky to do at level 3. One of them is a level 5 Paladin, so he's got like 2 attacks. He can smite, so he's a very dangerous enemy. But we should be able to get him. Alright. But first, we're gonna swap out.
Those children.
Alright.
You were so gentle. That's not how I was taught.
Cruel words strengthen neither heads nor hearts, Shadowheart.
I wouldn't quite say that. I learned a lesson, after all.
And came to resent your tutor, I bet. I taught them to fight, not to hate.
Alright. As I was saying before I was so rudely interrupted by those two, we're gonna go to the camp and swap out Lae'zel for Karlach so we can fight the Paladins. Alright, Lae'zel. I don't need you no
Karlach's
more.
got the brawn of a warrior and the wiles of a survivor. Best of all, she speaks her mind plainly and fully. Show her due respect.
Alright,
Shook. You believe you can, as
Yeah.
you say.
that's it. I don't need you for now, Lae'zel. Karlach. I know, I'll show her all the
What
respect.
can I do you for?
But first, we'll talk to her. So, how did you end up fighting in the Blood War?
Trust me, I'll tell you all about it after we take care of the goons on my tail.
Alright, come on. We're heading out then.
Yes.
And
What a charmer.
let's level up Karlach. And I think I said something earlier on where she's gonna be the berserker. And that's what she's gonna be. Alright, so the subclass is Berserker. There we go. We get Enraged Throw and Frenzied Strike as bonus actions. So now, my character is gonna give her this Ring of Flynn that I bought. Just for her. And some of these javelins.
Making me sweat.
Okie dokie.
I've got a long road ahead.
Let's go. Let's see. Wyll.
The pride of the gate.
Yeah. I think we'll be alright.
Looking ahead.
Let's go.
These boots have seen everything.
Yes, they have. And here's a dead Soul Collector that we can use our Speak with Dead with to learn some more information about the world.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Vance. Toll Collector.
How did you die?
Jumped. To escape. Broken.
Ah, that's unfortunate. Do you have any valuables?
Gold. Basement. Locked.
I think I just found that key. That's probably opens it up. Where's the toll house key?
I fell. Dropped key.
Where were you heading?
Anywhere. Away. Safety.
And I think
The
that's
spell's
it.
power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Yep. So you can ask 5 questions for one of the dead people. And the good thing about the spell, once you cast it once and you press the highlight button, it will have a green aura around the enemies that are actually got something else to say. Not the enemies, but the dead bodies that you can use the spell on, so you don't have to just click it on random corpses. Alright, first though, we're gonna head up here. I believe there is a save point somewhere around here. Perhaps I was mistaken. No, there it is, yeah. There we go. Now we're just gonna do a little bit of prep before the fight.
Nothing we need to worry.
I'm gonna give Karlach a potion of speed because she's gonna drink that. And let's see what else. We're gonna give Shadowheart this scroll of Cloud of Daggers. And we also going to split up our party here for a second. Open this door. There's the Paladins of Tyr. What we're gonna do is prepare this area, have it so they're not, or they have to go through some difficult terrain to get to me. So we're gonna throw this bottle of grease, then have
Attention.
Karlach
Me.
move up. Actually, hold on.
No time to dally.
Shadowheart is gonna cast the blast spell. Because here comes the combat.
Come on, let's go.
Please, no more. Leave us in peace and we shall leave you in kind.
Cut the crap, Anders. I know what you are.
Don't let her hurt us. Please, we just want to go home.
Alright. So we're gonna first try to detect his thoughts. Shadowheart gives guidance. And let's roll it and see how it plays out. Critical success. Good job.
The Archduchess will be delighted when we return with Karlach's head on a pike.
So there we found out that he is just a liar trying to play like a weak person. But we're gonna say, you don't fear Karlach. You want to heal her on Zariel's behalf.
I never was good at playing the coward. There is no beast here or in the hells I fear. Not with her ladyship's protection. Least of all this dog. You do well to reconsider your alliance with this animal. She destroys all she touches. Useful in the blood war. Frighteningly dangerous anywhere else. Rage all you want, Karlach. Burn with the might of the hells. Zariel will find you. She will bring you home in pieces. And your little friends will have to watch. Unless we feed you their eyeballs first.
Avernus was never my home. It was my prison. I'm free now. And I'm never going back!
Alright, so this Trin, level 4, is shooting arrow of lightning at Karlach. She needs 13 to hit. So I'd need to roll a 4 on my cutting words to have her miss, but I'm gonna try it.
Sovereign of shit.
Yeah, so when you use the cutting words, it's your character insults the enemies. So here, what we're gonna do is throw the cloud of daggers right in this doorway, and then retreat. Because
One day I'll catch a break.
we don't want to face Anders. He's level 5, like I said. He's got 2 attacks and he can smite, so he can very easily kill your characters if he gets into the melee range. So I think this is good. Yeah, that should be fine for my character.
Battle favors the fearless.
Now Wyll is gonna throw another cloud of daggers here. So now, if Anders tries to go the shortest route, he's gonna get cut out by these clouds of daggers and hopefully fall on the grease. Alright, Wyll back up here as well.
2 steps at a
Get
time.
up there so we can get some height advantage.
Can't give up.
Shadowheart. You know, another cloud of daggers is gonna be overkill, so we'll just have you cast resistance cantrip, which does no. Yes, no? No. For some reason I thought I cast Bless, but I guess it ran out. That's fine. Spiritual weapon. She's gonna summon a spiritual weapon that's gonna be sitting right here. And then
Need to act fast.
she's gonna also back up right around this corner. So this weapon is gonna wait. And this mage is gonna probably run around and try to make it her way there. Alright, so for this fight, Karlach needs a lot of actions, so she's gonna drink this potion of speed. And then she's gonna throw a couple items here at Anders. Path is interrupted. Alright, I guess she's not. I guess she's just gonna pull back as well.
Soldier.
It's okay. Yep. Looks good. So now Anders runs through, falls down, and pretty much just got half of his health taken out. Very good. Spiritual weapon's gonna go ahead and attack it with a lacerate attack, hopefully bleed him as well. Yep. And then just move back out.
Nothing important is ever easy.
So everybody else is gonna get out of line of sight, so the enemies will have to go through here. Karlach. Oh, I can't use Karlach yet.
Forever dauntless.
So if all of your party members are right next to each other, you can kind of interchangeably decide who moves. But if there is an enemy in between them, you have to wait for the enemy to act. So all of us are gonna just end our turn.
These days.
The blade will not bend.
Wyll, yeah, you stay right over there. No, that's not good. Alright, so this mage right here is walking up on the roofs and might be able to attack us, so we'll need to be able to deal with her somehow. But I think we're gonna wait until Anders dies first. So
No
Karlach's
surrender.
gonna just move out here to get some line of sight so she can throw her javelins at this chick. Or lady. Whatever you prefer. Alright, end turn. There you go. Anders just getting tore up. Alright, and Trin, the lady with the bow, also got tore up pretty well. So now, what I'm gonna do is... Actually, Wyll, you've got
Forever
Repelling
dauntless.
Blast. Why don't you
No
try
time to
and
waste.
blast... Blast Anders back into that cloud of daggers, please. There we go. Anders is gone, and he is like the most dangerous one. These will still do some damage, but we should be able to deal with it.
I can't even catch my breath.
Alright, my character. What can we do here? He's got 22 health.
I'm ready.
Another fight. Let's go.
I'm gonna put her to sleep. And that breaks the concentration for the hunter's mark that she had on Karlach. Alright.
Got to keep fighting. On I go.
We kinda got really fortunate because Anders like fell on the grease. But normally he makes through it, and that's why, you know, if he made through it, Karlach would have 2 actions to really damage him. So Shadowheart is fine where she's at. And Cyrell is gonna cast Hold Person on my character. Now Karlach can rage or frenzy.
Knees high.
And let's see if she can hit her. No. Throw the item. Throw the javelin. High defense. Nope. He's gonna try and throw it at this mage lady. If she can get in a position to do so. Yeah, there we go. Throw javelin.
Good idea, Karlach.
Got burned one of her mirror images. Now she can throw another javelin. Concentration save successful on Cyrell. And now our turn again, and this lady right here is just sleeping. Alright, well, let's try and pull her back, maybe? Possibly? Nope. Cloud of daggers. Right on top of her. Alright, and that breaks the concentration on Hold Person on my character. And I'm gonna drop another cloud of daggers right on top of her as well. So on the next turn, she should die. Just because not much you can do. Alright. How good are we on health? Pretty good. And turn.
Victor's path.
Ready.
Shadowheart's gonna get a little bit closer to the sleeping lady and smack her. Critical hit. Very nice. Alright. And now, what happened here? Karlach? Oh. She's lethargic because the speed potion wore off. Usually, it's no big deal, like I said, we're doing pretty well here. But if Anders made it through, the extra action that she can use would be really useful. Alright, so now Shadowheart, smack Trin for me. Or just whiff it. That works as well. And we're gonna... What are we gonna do? Dissonant Whispers. Nope. Wyll's gonna try and fire off his Eldritch Blast, and then I'll cast Sleep.
Can't even catch my breath.
That's what we're gonna do. Go to sleep. Alright.
This is my time.
So now Karlach is able to act, and she's just gonna use Enraged Throw to hopefully hit this lady and prone her.
Fuck them. Fuck Thariel. I won't go back. I'm never going back.
And if any of Mummy's little friends want to pick up where the others left off, they'll find nothing but a pile of ash.
Zariel won't get near you again. We'll make sure of that.
That's right, she won't. She can't. She couldn't even lay a finger.
Alright, so now Karlach's gonna blow off some steam and destroy pretty much everything up there.
Let's get going.
Running around with a crossbow, firing. It's pretty funny. Alright,
Wish I had a bag of holding.
gonna pick up this javelin and kinda stay out of the way until she's done. Loot some enemies. That's always good.
Light on my feet.
Alright, some ears. Karlach, are you done yet? Or are you still raging there? Oh, some supplies. Why not? I'll take them. Yeah, I think she's done.
That ought to do it.
Alright, let's talk to her.
Whew. Had to let off a little steam after facing off with those ignots. Granted, the fire's lasting a little longer than it should. How do I look?
Like you should have melted a long time ago. How can you stand it?
Honey, I could go all night. Hear that? Infernal engine for a heart. Lets me burn as hot as the hells. Seems to be running in overdrive since I left Avernus. Won't be seeing my mechanic anytime soon, so I'll just make the most of the extra heat. Just don't get too close till I've found a way to calm it down.
How the hells did you get an infernal engine for a heart?
High pain tolerance, and a dynamic duo of truly shitty bosses. But it's a bit early in the game to be getting into tragic backstories. Let's save the Scar show for later, after we've worked up an appetite for tragedy. Meanwhile, I'll need to find someone who can tune up my engine sooner rather than later. Believe me when I say this thing is hot. The first time I faced down those Paladins, they let slip there was an infernal mechanic in the area. A tiefling. He might be able to stabilize things, if I can find him.
There are some tieflings holed up in a druid's grove nearby. We might look there.
Sounds like a good lead. Hopefully our guy will be among them. A tune-up would do this old tub a world of good.
Alright. So what we're gonna do now is try and make our way up to the roof to loot Cyrell, because she is actually a merchant, so hopefully she's got some items that we can grab from her. And then there is also a vault full of items. Yeah, she doesn't have much. It's alright. Usually if you kill a merchant, there is like a random selection of items that you can get. And there's another soul coin. And Karlach can use them.
So, hey, we've got this soul coin, right? Thing is, I think I can use it. My engine can, anyway. Zariel used to top me up every now and again when she wanted me to go after an especially wicked target.
Aren't you afraid this is going to overload your engine?
Nah, it'll be fine.
Got a coin slot in your heart or what?
Sort of. Next time we find ourselves toe-to-toe with something we want to squash, drop a coin in. See what happens.
Intriguing. Next time we're in battle, we'll make sure you get one.
Fuck yes. Now I just need something to sink my teeth into.
Alright, Karlach. Here is some soul coins for you.
Soldier.
So the soul coins are actually pretty good because you can consume it at the start of the right after you long rest, and it's gonna last until the
Let's
next
move.
long rest. So
Should mind my step.
we'll actually do that after we do long rest because we're kind of getting low on our
I'm ready.
spell
Whatever it takes.
slots. Shadow Heart's
Still
completely
alive,
out.
so that's progress.
So after we loot the vault here,
Never wanted the easy path.
we'll probably long rest. Alright. So remember how I said if you've got dead person who can say something, you can recast speak to dead. Speak with the dead. There we go. Pretty much for free. Unlimited uses.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
You killed a pack of gnolls. How?
The pact! Power!
A pact? Which devil did you deal with?
Fallen! Lady Zariel!
How did you die?
Zariel's brute destroyed me!
Why would you sign a pact with the devil?
Power. Strength.
Who are you?
Infernal servant. So long I've forgotten why.
The spell's power wanes. You can ask no more questions.
Yeah, so if you're playing the game blind, you know, there are different characters tell you different stories. So, you know, Karlach tells you, oh, these guys are bad guys, but if you talk to the bad guys without Karlach, they
Maybe I
like,
need
oh,
more
she
pockets.
just attacked us, but you can definitely gather some information, like using Speak of the Dead or Detect Thoughts to ascertain the truth. In this case, you know, this guy that you killed earlier tells you that they're pretty much the servants of Zariel. Alright, so here there should be a hatch to get to the vault. Grab some more items.
That corpse is riper than a Manaurus bog.
Yes, yes it is. Been here a while. Let's talk to it.
The corpse regards you lifelessly.
Who are you?
Toll collector, Martin.
How did you die?
Goblins. Laughing. Cutting.
Why were you in the basement?
Hiding. Frightened.
Were you alone when you died?
Gods abandoned me and Vance.
Alright, so that's all we're getting out of this one. Vance must have been the other dude that jumped to his death. Alright, I don't think any of these items or these boxes have anything good. And that's the key that we
Be cautious.
found. Alright, everybody coming up, and let's
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
try and disarm these traps here. I don't think it's like necessary to disarm them all, but Here we go, critical failure. We're gonna roll again. It's alright, got plenty of inspiration points there.
Step carefully. There's a trap.
I don't remember where the actual like pressure plate is, so I'll disarm these straps just in case.
Easy. This place is hungry for blood.
Yes, it is. So pretty much the only way I can fail these disarm checks is if I roll a critical failure like I did on the first one. So should be good. That's like 5% chance to do that. And is there anything good in here? Some gold. It's always good. Treasure chest. I'm gonna grab the items from this. Broken padded armor. Can sell it off. Broken club. And I think that's about it for the items here. Alright, let's try and open this door. It's got some more traps, and I think there's going to be a pressure plate somewhere around here.
Watch how you go. There's a trap.
Let's disarm this guy. Nope. Forgot to cast guidance, but we're able
Trap. Be
to
cautious.
get everything done, or to get it disarmed. But it's a lot easier if you have somebody who can get expertise in sleight of hand, because then it's just like the chance of failing a roll is so small.
A trap. Watch it.
Alright. I think that's that for this room. Water.
Open up.
Why not? Let's loot everything that's not nailed down. Take a studded shield. Give it to Wyll. Alright. Wyll was a Y.
Sharp as ever.
Get his AC a little bit higher.
No time to rest.
There's a
What
pouch.
path lies before me?
What's in there? Absolutely nothing. What a tease. And we'll take the trident as well. And in order to get into the actual vault, you have to put 2 characters on these chairs here. So,
Where am I
Wyll,
needed?
right
Heading
there on that chair, and
That did something, all right.
Just not
Karlach
sure what.
right there.
All's well that ends. Not as bad as it could have.
Alright, Shadowheart, you coming with me? Failed the
A long way to go
perception. Shadowheart also fails the perception for this pressure plate. Alright,
Damn, it's good to be alive.
Karlach,
Easy. This place is hungry for blood.
she was able to notice the traps,
Please
so
protect me.
now Shadowheart can sit down instead.
Never a dull moment.
Alright. Oh,
What's the
alright.
story?
Karlach, sit down.
Can't give
There
up
we go.
now.
Kinda dislike puzzles like that, but thankfully there aren't too many of them in this game. Alright, let's disarm this guy. Once again, will only fail if I roll a 1. Good deal. I don't think I need to touch that guy,
Be wary. This place is trapped.
but I am gonna grab pretty much everything else from here. Gloves of her heroism. When used to channel oath spells. So that's a paladin item. I don't think we're gonna use them. Probably gonna give them to Gale. If we can give them to Gale. So he can consume the items. And take this book.
Wish I had a bag of holding.
Alright. I think we gotten pretty much everything that we could get. Let's go. I think one of these... Yeah, there we go. But that's it. I'm good. I'm good with what I grabbed. Because if you really go through every single item, you can find like some potions or elixirs or gold and silver bars, but I think we're done here.
So, Wyll with a Y. Why?
Why? That's right.
But why?
Why? A great uncle's name, my father said. But I just figured he couldn't spell.
Wyll was a Y. Alright. I think I'm good here. Sorry, I'm a loot goblin. I like to grab everything. So now... I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna go to the camp, talk to everybody, learn about Karlach because we were able to clear her quest here, and then call it a day for this episode. I think that sounds like a pretty good plan to me. Alright, let's go. Karlach's dancing there.
Copper for your thoughts.
How did you end up with such a contraption in your chest?
The year, 10 air. The place, sleepy little town called Baldur's Gate. Our hero, Karlach, a knock-knee delinquent from the outer city with everything to give and nothing to lose. I was a kid looking for a way to fill my days and make some cash when I fell into the wrong crowd. Worked for a guy I respected. A lot. Turns out the feeling wasn't mutual. Through the jigs and the reels, he made a deal with Zariel behind my back. You know Zariel, right? Archdevil of Avernus. She put this thing in my chest and set me to work. Well, to war. I learned quick how to stay alive. And the engine served me when it came to killing devils. 10 years of that. The stories I could tell.
You mentioned a boss who gave you up to Zariel. Who was it?
Guy named Gortash. Politician. Inventor. One of these wheeler-dealer types who seems to have a finger in every pie. I guess I was naive to think everything he got up to was above board. What did I know? I saw a job. A good job. With people I liked. Doing work I was good at. Sometimes I'm jealous of that girl. Ugh, to feel so invincible again.
What does that infernal engine do to you?
Gives me energy. Power. But you've seen it in action. Very hard to control. If I'm excited at all, angry, nervous, delighted, enticed, I burn hot. Hot enough to burn anyone who gets close.
What's that been like?
Agonizing. Gods, what I wouldn't give for a hug. A pat, anything. You've never met anyone so desperate for a hug as this one right here. Pathetic perhaps, but true. It's my lot to bear, and I bear it badly. Ah well, can't have it all, can you? Not today, at least.
Alright, anything else you gotta say?
Copper for your thoughts.
In your expert opinion, what's the best way to kill a devil?
Depends on the type. Ice devils hate an inferno, but that's an easy one. Orthons love projectiles. What they don't love is getting their bombs lobbed right back in their faces. Demons, on the other hand, every demon is absolutely singular. You can't ever think you've got them typed out. Sharp instincts, sharp weapons, and a knack for improvisation. That's the only way to survive them. Anyway, what were we talking about?
Now that those paladins are out of our way, what's next on your agenda?
First things first, I need to get this engine tuned up. Thing's powerful, but it's been feeling volatile ever since I left the Hells. Can't be too hard to find an infernal mechanic round here, right?
This isn't where I thought I'd end up. How about you?
Funny you should ask. I was just thinking about what would have become of us without that Nautiloid. I mean, I know where I'd be. Trapped in Avernus still, with the Blade of Frontiers on my tail. But what about you?
I'd be in the middle of another adventure, blessedly free of any tadpole.
I can picture you getting mixed up in some outrageous shit. Giants, beholders, Thayans, the works. Maybe once we've wrapped up the current shenanigans, we'll rest a bit and find some new heap of troubles to throw ourselves at.
Yeah, Karlach is probably one of my favorite companions. She's a bro. Pretty good character arc. And she collects silver spoons apparently, because if you grab this guy, another one will appear after a long rest. Nice little touch. Alright, Shadowheart, got anything to say?
Karlach's temper is a sight to behold. She'll need to be careful. That rage will burn her right out.
Astarion, what you got to say about Karlach?
Yes?
Oh, nothing? Alright. It's all good. Gale?
How can I help?
Nope. I guess we're going to long rest. We've got some time. We've got a long rest, and hopefully one of the characters has either a scene or we can talk to them about something. So let's do that.
Hellsfire. She's coming.
Wyll, you've been naughty. And you know what happens when you're naughty.
Gods damn it. Anyone but her.
Just who in the nine hells are you?
Wyll, you absolute stinker. You kept me a secret? Time to let the Hellcat out of the bag. Call me Mizora. I'm Wyll's patron, the fount of his power. My pet's been unruly, and his leash needs a yank. We had a deal, Wyll. But Karlach's still breathing.
I've taken more pleasant shits than you, Mizora. And at least those can be buried after.
That's no kind of talk for a lady. By the way, Karlach, Zariel sends her regards.
You told me! Devils only! She's a tiefling, not a monster!
How precious. The little pupster's found his bark. Clause G, Section 9. Target shall be limited to the infernal, the demonic, the heartless, and the soulless. Karlach meets the criteria by virtue of having no heart.
Get to the point, devil. What do you want?
The point? Oh, yes. Thanks for the reminder.
Wyll burns in the fires of Avernus. The lightning storms of Dis strike his flesh. His soul passes through each layer of the hells, gaining their essence and their torment.
That's better.
What the hells have you done?
A promise broken, a price paid. You know the terms.
Get used to the new form, pet.
There's no going back. Some magic even I can't undo.
Now, let's see how the frontiers fare without their precious blade.
Karlach, keep an eye on him, would you? I'll be keeping mine on you.
Oh, and Wyll, don't forget, our pact still stands.
Ta-ta.
Alright. So let's talk to Wyll here.
Gods damn her, straight back to the hells. Just look at me. I did what was right, and Mizora made me pay for it. I'd be hunting devils and demons, she said. Traitors and hypocrites, heartless evils of all sorts, but not Zariel's victims. Not innocent tieflings.
What did you expect? She's a devil. Hardly the paragon of honesty.
All these years. You'd think it's a lesson I'd have well learned. It's Mizora who grants me the power to conjure armor and cast eldritch blasts. Before I was infected, I could even call hell beasts and summon festering clouds. But I promise you, every thrust of my blade and every flame I sparked was for the good of the coast.
What are the terms of your pact?
I can't utter the terms or circumstances of the pact. I can tell you most all else, but the pact, I'm forbidden, unless Mizora permits it. But I'll say this. The moment I pacted myself to Mizora, I have not regretted for a heartbeat. It was my proudest deed. It was worth the sacrifice. All I can give you on that is my solemn word.
Alright, good enough. And with that, actually let's, no, I think we're gonna end it here. In the next episode, we're gonna talk to the rest of the people that's got something to say, and then, long rest. And I think we're gonna start heading over on, towards the Burning Inn, find the gnolls, and rescue, the people in the Burning Inn. Alright. Thank you for watching. See you soon.